beside me, and we're looking forward to a heavyweight contest now between Lennox Lewis and Ozzy Ocasio, and this could be a big one for Lennox Lewis. The man with a mission, as he describes himself. Here's the veteran Aussie Jaws Ocasio, the former cruiserweight champion of the world, held the WBA version 82 to 84. Fought Larry Holmes for the world heavyweight title, got himself stopped in 7th. A wily old veteran is this man.
It ends very quickly, and I hope this fellow Ozzy can, at least give him a fair workout.
Over 8 3-minute rounds, introducing to you in the red corner with the blue shorts from Puerto Rico, Osvaldo Ocasio.
Ozzy Ocasio.
And his opponent in the blue corner with the red shorts from London, Lennox Lewis.
From Crayford in Canada. Former Olympic champion.
At the weigh-in at 1 o'clock today, Osvaldo Ocasio scaled 16 stone 5 pounds. Lennox Lewis 16 stone exactly. Your referee for this contest is Larry O'Connell and your timekeeper Tom Powell.
Well, of course, Ocasio made his name at cruiser, so it's difficult to tell how much of the weight is muscle and how much just additional ballast, if you like. But I'll say one thing about Lennox Lewis: he always looks in great condition, Mike, doesn't he?
I was going to say that to you before. He looks extremely fit. He looks very, very well conditioned, very lean.
So this is Lennox Lewis's 12th fight. 11 fights previous, 11 wins. This is the classiest opponent he's met yet. This man has been in with some of the best. Well, I'll tell you, Ocasio's landed more good shots in this round than Lewis's last 2 opponents have done, Jorge Dastor and Dan Murphy. At least he's come to fight, and that's good to see.
Lennox cannot afford to come in carelessly because this Ocasio looks fairly useful and very durable.
It certainly does. Well, you consider he's been in with Larry Holmes, he's been in with Michael Dokes, Evander Holyfield, Ray Mercer. He found a new breed of American heavyweights. He's also fought John L. Gardner. Remember John L. Gardner? John L. beat him in this very ring.
Well, he's definitely been in the best company. Lennox has to tidy himself up a bit. The last thing he wants to. Ocasio got a very good left hook. He's got to keep out that right hand a little bit more.
Well, the gymnastics earning a smile from Larry O'Connor. See the abdominal protector just poking out the top of Ocasio's trunks.
Lennox will have a lot of trouble catching him to the midriff.
Certainly will. He's almost wearing that protector underneath his armpits, isn't he? Not a bad start. There's Lennox Lewis, played for Canada, 24 years of age, rated number 2 in Great Britain by our friends at Boxing Weekly. And as you see there, 11 fights, 11 wins. Don't be misled by the 10 KOs, because remember that disqualification on firework night last year against the American Melvinettes. Ozzy Ocasio from Puerto Rico in the veteran stage now, but he's still capable of putting up a good performance. He's one of the few fighters around who's not too wary about going to South Africa. He's been and fought there 2 or 3 times. He's fought in Sun City. In fact, he won his world title over there, unless I'm very much mistaken. Lost it there too in Sun City. And you can argue the toss, whether that's a good, bad or indifferent thing to do. The fact is he's done it. And here he is in the ring at the Albert Hall facing Lennox Lewis. Without getting too political, Mike, I guess some people might argue that, you know, black fighters going to South Africa and competing with white fighters, that's no bad thing.
Well, with all this warfare going on in South Africa, I wouldn't think it would be a wise thing to go over there at this stage. You know, but as I said, it's all according to the individual. People have their different minds.
That's right. He pays your money, he takes your chances. And Ocasio must surely know what he's let himself in for tonight. I'm sure he's read and heard about Lewis's reputation, and I'm sure he'll have checked a couple of videos before getting into the ring tonight to find out exactly what to expect. Looks a very strong man, Ocasio, doesn't he? Big, thick legs, thick arms. He looks as though he could go 8 rounds or 80 rounds. He
definitely looks very strong. It seems like he's here to fight. There's no doubt about that. And I don't think this for Ocasio is a pushover. I must confess that Lennox looks more polished in what he's doing there. He's not rushing in looking for the one-punch KO.
Well, that's absolutely right. As we've said before, feeding Lennox Lewis a stream of easy fights is all very well to build confidence. What a good jab that was. All very well to build confidence, but in the long run, the learning process comes with fights with experienced, wily old pros like Ozzy Ocasio.
Exactly. I think that Lennox knows that he's got someone up against now, and he's biding his own time. He knows that he's got his work cut out for him, and he's going to do it in the best possible way he can.
I'll tell you this, Mike. This is the best we've seen from Lennox Lewis. He's fighting a good fight tonight. He's not going mad. He's getting his jab to work, and he's finding out what it's like to get hit as well.
That's right. That's all part of the learning process. There goes that left hook again. That's what he's got to watch out for.
End of the second, a little friendly pat on the bum as Ocasio walks back to his corner. Lennox Lewis there with his ring entourage. Manager Frank Maloney just out of shot. A little bit of trouble maybe just around the right eye. It's being worked on at the moment. Just using the iron just to smooth it away. Just a little swelling maybe, a little mouse coming up.
If I was in Lennox's corner, if I was Lennox's trainer, what I'll be telling Lennox at this stage is to keep his right hand up, because Ocasio has a very, very good left hook. That's what he's got to watch out for. I believe that's his best weapon yet.
A worm's eye view of the former cruiserweight champion of the world. A wily old bird. On his credit, he's putting up a good performance. He hasn't come in just for the payday. Round three, Larry O'Connell shakes him up.
What Lennox has to do now, he's got to keep him busy. He just can't afford to wait for the counteracts. He's got to keep busy and use that left hand and pull up with the right hand. Keep busy.
Well, usually Larry O'Connell telling Ocasio to keep his head up. Frank Maloney's been talking about having Lewis move up to 10 rounds in the autumn. Now that's all very fine and well, providing the fights go 10 rounds, but you get an inkling, even at this early stage, that maybe Lewis might have to travel further than he's ever travelled before tonight. And that is 5 and a bit rounds.
I think it will come to a stage where Lennox has to be tested thoroughly, and you know, as you said before, there's no way that you can keep affording to go out and bowling these guys over, because at the end of the day, all right, it's boosting his confidence up, but overall his ability, you know, he just cannot improve on.
That's absolutely right. I have no doubts at all that Lewis will be trained to go the full 8-round trip, but I wonder if Ocasio will. We'll find that out. He looks pretty fit. Although that abdominal protector is hoisted up so far, you can't really see if he's carrying any excess poundage round his middle, but he looks pretty fit. And he's not really blowing yet. Shouldn't have said that. Look at that wrong thing at the wrong time. Here's Lennox Lewis again. Last two fights have attracted some stick in the press, but well, he's done everything that's been asked of him. second goal getting the best round of applause of the night. Scheduled 8 round, remember this is the 4th. Leonard Lewis in the red, and the former WBA Cruiserweight Champion of the world, Ozzy Ocasio, Ozzy Jaws Ocasio from Puerto Rico in the blue. I think at the moment, Ocasio might be a little bit more worried about his trunks falling down than anything Lewis can do to him.
Exactly. I think Ozzy Ocasio is really enjoying himself tonight. I think, you know, he's got signs of hope. He's really going at it and dictating the pace.
I think you're right, Michael. I think he fancies the job, but Lewis hasn't really connected with a solid shot yet. He's content to let the jab build up points for him, but would you like to see him working a little bit harder, or do you think he's doing enough?
Well, the main thing now, you know, just Ocasio is very dangerous. What he has to do is stick behind his left hand. You know, he doesn't want to get involved and get into a mauling fight now. He's doing the right thing. It's one thing with an opponent that can bang. You never lose your punching pride, so if it happens, it will happen.
And Lewis really finding out the boxing factor life tonight. I think Michael Watson's absolutely right. Ozzy Ocasio enjoying himself hugely.
Good left hand. Got to double up on it more, treble it up more. Keep him on his back foot.
And what you've got to bear in mind about Ocasio, even though he's 34 years of age, he's only had, or having his 34th fight tonight, and that's really not a lot. So he's not by any manner of means what you'd call a shot-worn fighter, and he's certainly no pushover, as Leonard Lewis is finding out.
He still looks very fresh to me. Looking at him facially, there's not many battle scars to find, you know.
That's right.
Looks like he's been looking after himself.
And you see a little smile on Ocasio's face as he comes in. He got tagged by a left at the end, though. Gave him something to think about at the very end of the round. Roughly, how would you be scoring this one at the moment, Mike?
I think Lennox has won every round so far, but it's still early. It's still early in the fight, so let's see what happens.
Well, you've been taking lessons on sitting on the fence from Jim McDonnell, you have. You never commits himself either. We're at the halfway stage now, 4 rounds completed. And that was that left right on the bell.
One thing I've learned in this game is the fight is never over until the last bell.
It ain't over till it's over, that's right. Got 4 rounds to go. And Lewis, as I say, finding out what it's all about tonight. Little swelling high on his right cheek, just getting smoothed away by the cold steel. Brings the swelling down. A little extra dab of grease on his right cheek, just to help him slip punches. Oh, yes.
Very good lifting.
Oh, yes. And for the first time in this bout, Ocasio just was wobbled a little bit by that one. Just momentarily, the knees just gave a fraction. That was a solid shot, and that'll have given Lewis a whole lot of encouragement. The left hook was the punch that put Mike Simawelu away in this very ring.
Two good combination shots there. I must admit that Ocasio is definitely not threatened from it, and he's going out there and he's making a fight of it all.
As I'm sure will have been apparent to all of you watching this, Lewis enjoying a substantial advantage in height and reach. Now that has paid off in terms of the jab that was built up a fairly hefty points lead for him, but signs in this round that he's just starting to open up a little bit. Just come down off his toes, plant his feet and really start digging them in.
A good overhand right. Unfortunately, he didn't connect, but he's really looking good. Leonard's looking very, very good indeed. He's not going out there trying to go out for the one-punch KO. He's biding his own time, and I think this will be a very good learning fight for him.
I don't know what people in the crowd are getting air-rated about. It's a good fight, this. It's a good tactical battle going on in the ring in front of us. Well, some sections of the crowd giving the fighters the bird, and I think that's unfair because it's a hard fight in there, Mike.
It's unfortunate that the crowd are disagreeing with the fight because it is a hard fight, and you've got to be in there to know what it's all about. And it's silly, really, it's a silly attitude by some of the crowd. But you know, at the end of the day, they're not in there, and it's very hard when you're in that ring, and that's coming from a boxer. Believe you me.
I know that anybody, even if you've never boxed, if you've got a gym near you, just go into your gym, put on a pair of boxing gloves and just try hitting the heavy bag non-stop for 3 minutes and see how far you can go, and then you'll know just a little bit what boxing's all about.
Seconds out, round 6.
Round 6, scheduled for 8. Lewis in the red, well ahead on points. Harry O'Connell dissatisfied with the amount of grease that Ocasio's got. Oh, it's just a little bit too much moisture, grease and general grunge all over him. And that's mopped up to Larry O'Connell's satisfaction. Action resumes. Round 6. And as far as Lewis is concerned, into unknown territory now, really.
This is definitely what Lennox needs now. He's in the unknown territory now, and he's got to know now that he can't go out there and knock every opponent out. And this is a good, this is a valuable experience for Lennox. This is definitely what he needs.
Ocasio just starting to look a little bit tired. He's coming forward gamely, but couple of good, short, crisp rights. Puerto Rican wobbled again.
I think the punches are now beginning to tell now, Ocasio.
Yes, it's the cumulative effect rather than any one single shot. He's been shipping a fair amount of stick, and like I said in the last round, Lewis has come down off his toes a little bit now. He's planting his feet and really whipping in his punches. And Ocasio's starting to look a little bit battle-worn now. He's got a little swelling coming up under his left eye, just slight. But survival very much the name of the game now for the Puerto Rican. Another little smile from the former world champ.
A little smile from Ocasio, but I don't think he's enjoying it that much.
Not anymore. Not anymore. Maybe he was enjoying tying up Lewis a little bit earlier and bamboozling him, but he's finding him a wee bit of a handful now as the bell goes to end round 6. Once again, the old trunks really are. The thing is, the trunks now are wet, Mike, and they're getting heavier and heavier. Well, we may yet see an unscheduled finish. And the iron being used in Ocasio's corner while we watch this replay.
It's a little bit untied with the heads.
That's the good work that Lewis was putting in midway through that 6th round. And the repair work around the left eye of the Puerto Rican still continuing. No cuts, but getting a little bit puffy and swollen now. Now, I'm sure Lewis would love to finish this inside the distance, maintain his 100% record of stoppage wins. Well, and of course, by the end of the world if he doesn't manage that, but he's got to be careful because Ocasio, although slowed down and well behind on points, he can still hurt you, he can still take you out.
I think personally it would be beneficial for Lennox to go the distance, to know what it's like to go the distance, to get the feel of going the full rounds. You know, this is very hard when you've got a fighter going out there and knocking everybody out in his stride. You know, you wonder to yourself, can I really go and go the distance? So I think it would be a good mental attitude if he did go the distance.
Oh, yes, Palmer warning him for a low blow. Well, I guess there's always that tiny doubt in your mind, even though you might know in your own mind that you perhaps have won every round. There's that tiny doubt in your own mind. Well, does the referee know I've won every round?
Well, that's the reason why he's got that sort of style of going out there and taking no prisoners.
He's still throwing the occasional fairly solid body shot as Ocasio, but not enough to swing rounds, I fear, from his viewpoint.
I think this is the right time for Lennox now to go out there and take advantage, because it does look like Ocasio is slowing down rapidly. He should keep Ocasio at bay and pick his shots from a distance. A very good overhand by Lennox. I think it's all down to the wearing down process now.
Well, there can be no doubts at all that if Larry O'Connell does have to tot up his sums in 3.5 minutes' time, that there can only be one winner. I guess the only point of interest will be if he's made Lewis the winner of every round. On the other hand, Lewis has got 3 minutes to notch up that stoppage win that I'm sure he would love so much.
It's definitely not a crime if he goes the distance.
8th and last round.
Well, a few ironic cheers, but the bulk of the crowd getting behind Lewis, and that's good to see. It's not often we have an Olympic gold medalist to box for us in Great Britain. So, bearing in mind that he could have really taken his ticket anywhere, let's get behind the man. No, he doesn't want to do anything silly and get himself disqualified in the last round for low blows. That would be a black comedy. Well, Ocasio has fulfilled his job as, if you like, almost a teacher to perfection. He's made Lewis think, and he's made him fight, and it looks like now he's going to take him all the way. And I'm sure, Mike, that Lewis is going to be a 15–20% better fighter for this experience.
Most definitely. I've said before that it would be great for Lennox if he can go the distance against Ocasio. You know, it's a great learning experience, and
it's not all over yet.
Yeah.
Former world champ forced to hold. Lewis looking for the opening. Good shot to the body. And once again, Ocasio forced to hang on. But too little too late, perhaps, inside the last 30 now. And Ocasio leaden-footed. Oh, he's got him. I think he's going to hold on, though. It's going to be close. I think if there was one more round, I wouldn't give much for the Puerto Ricans' chances, but I think he's going to hold on okay, and he deserves to, because he has fought well. And that right uppercut missed by a whisker. Only one possible winner. Ocasio earning the plaudits. Why they're booing Lewis, heaven alone knows. Let's find out what the points tally was, see what Larry O'Connell made. Alan Hughes will announce that. You feel for him, Mike. If he'd won inside a round, they'd have booed. He's won on points, they're booing.
Lennox has done a no-win situation. You know, Lennox going a distance, it can only work. It can only be beneficial to him in the long run.
Then referee Larry O'Connell scores of the contest: 77 points to Ocasio, 80 to Lewis. Lennox Lewis.
Every round to Lennox Lewis.
Ladies and gentlemen, your appreciation, please, for the loser.
So, we've seen Frank Bruno get this treatment. It's something, sadly, that Lennox Lewis is going to have to learn with. We're going to take a short pause, and then we'll be right back with more action for you here at the Royal Albert Hall in London.